were called away because of their military responsibilities. But this is still a talented young team that Auburn will face.
Last year was a primary scorer. He's got the ball in his hands to start this one as the point guard.
Bucket goes for Wendell, the Israeli side. The shot clock winding down. We're playing with a 24-second shot clock on the drop-off. Janai Broom, the glass, where Auburn has a significant advantage with size.
Well, Janai Broom already has 2 offensive rebounds just on this possession. There's the 3rd by Jalen Williams.
Excited about a trip.
Well, he's brought tremendous energy to this and has worked really hard. He has called this the first Power 5 team to come to Israel in over 30 years.
From Ariel Isaac. And here comes Auburn. The lob underneath and the finish in transit.
With Sommerfeld to grab it.
4th team foul off the inbound, the lob to Cardwell. And the jump hook by Dylan Cardwell. Here's Sheffer, too strong on a 3. The rebound tipped. Katie Johnson, long outlet pass.
Season.
2nd foul on near Sheffer. At the line, here is Yohan Traore, the native of France. Finished up his high school ball at Dream City Christian in the United States.
It's because they knew they had a big eraser on that pencil by the basket to be able to wipe some things away.
Underneath the slam by Yohan.
Many of them I recognized from that meet and greet they had at the Jerusalem YMCA with Tamir Goodman, and the Auburn players were so engaging with all the young kids that attended that.
Team has made the trek over to Israel to take part in anything like this. Bulls here. There's Chance Westery motoring down the left.
Just a wing.
6'6" freshman from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. His high school days has finished up at Compass Prep, but also played his junior year. 3 hit rattles out, and the rebound Chance Westery for Auburn.
Nice job by Cardwell to put pressure on that shot.
Traore powers his way up, gets his own miss, and we'll get
send forward to the offensive glass and then race you back.
One more for Traore.
The opponent's fast break, because they got to stay and block out and make sure you don't get those offensive rebounds.
Noam Ben Harouche missing a potential layup. Now back the other way in the lane by Jalen Williams.
What a beautiful pass by Wendell Green Jr.
In the United States, born in Atlanta, moved to Israel when he was 10.
Wendell Green Jr. fell down, and Israel had a fast.
And Quinta throws it right to the Auburn Tigers. Alan Flanagan in transition.
And finished it, never took his eyes off the rim. And for him, his eyes are right at the rim. They're just trying to get back. Back to man after the miss.
Lining it up from the top, and another 3. Alan Flanagan, quick burst for the senior from Little Rock.
Or if he can experience of winning the gold medal with the U.S. team in the open division of the Maccabi games was perhaps the highlight of his career, and he's been to the Final Four, won an SEC championship, you name it. At Florida, as you mentioned.
The lob just too high, but Cardwell tips it over, and the floater on the baseline falls off from Wendell.
And showing he could shoot it. That was the most open shot that Israel's had in this game.
The lob and the slam for Janai Broom. That's the midway point of the 2nd quarter. Again, we're playing 4 10-minute quarters, international rules. Long 2 from Wendell Green Jr. Was SEC Player of the Week once last year after Auburn had big wins over Bama and LSU there in early February. 5 assists per game last year for Wendell Green Jr.
About 1.5 steals. He plays at both ends. The huge difference in this game has been Auburn's defensive pressure.
Alan Flanagan. And just over the top, Cardwell couldn't control the loose change.
When we were making that walk to the old city yesterday, he was with Trey Donaldson and told him, we're going to have to start calling you the Gaza Stripper, but if you go for a steal, you better get it, because it's going to make us play 4 on 5. And he's coaching him down the made some basket-saving plays. Those were 2 terrific passes by the Israeli team.
Getting his own miss, and Trey Donaldson drives. Offensive rebound and to the line. And yesterday, the eye-popping experience they had.
And making Israel make individual plays off the bounce.
Challenge three, tough shot from K.
Quarterback in high school, also a strong safety defensive back, and could easily be playing big-time college football.
Hanging in the lane.
It's
5
tough
seconds.
against this pressure.
Step back, Chance Westry hits a long
Zone right now by the Israeli under-20 team.
Bit of a tweak to the lineup in the second half going in the lane. It's Chance Westry, the freshman.
The open opportunities because of Auburn's pressure, but this zone is calculated to try to change the pace of the game, slow it down a little bit.
The offensive glass, the putback, Dylan Core for Auburn.
Good catch by Dylan Cardwell.
Freshman at one end, national team.
Chance Westry has showed a complete skill set in this game to this point. What a pass.
Fumbled, recovered, the reverse lay-in. Babatunde Akingbola off balance. And playing volleyball will get Yohan Treyor to the line. And he's only been playing basketball for 4 years.
Doesn't look like it. He is a very talented young
For Lavi. Katie Johnson, the step back. That is a three. Timeout. There's just so much to see. And you only have a limited amount of time to try to squeeze him in. But I was angry with myself, Jay, that
years. Great steal by Janai Broom.
with the left hand rattles it in. In their second game over here on Sunday. As the drop in for Dylan Carr. Rims out for Ariel Isaac. Wendell Green Jr. leading in transition out. 10 days over in Israel as the drive and the follow slam of Dylan Cardwell. Season since 1999 when our buddy Damian Fishback helped lead Cliff Ellis's team to an SEC title in transition. Terrific shooter. And that's what Bruce Pearl is so excited to bring him in as
shot-making point guard.
Paul Biancardi telling us that he thinks there's some Marcus Howard. This ball. Open, Katie Johnson. Corner three off the feed from West.
I'm speaking to you from Jerusalem. So thank you to everyone who made this possible. Thank you to Auburn. Everybody to finally get to the NBA. But Omri Caspi opened up the door. And now Danny's playing for the Wizards. So I think a lot of the youth could see that otherwise would have never met. But because of basketball could establish great friendships and relationships.
An Auburn team that is shooting 50%
the three-point line against a team that expected to come into this game to shoot and make a lot of threes. And so far they've limited the Israeli under-20 team to 4 of 21 for three. Exactly the personnel they were going to be facing.
They weren't alone. Plus some key transfers that Muss brought in. And how about all the new coaches also this year in the SEC? As a step back. And Dennis Gates was a college teammate of Israeli under-20 national assistant Amit Tamir.
Seems so proud to see Lior, and you're right, it's too bad that he can't play, but he's been a real presence here.
Stepping up a level, right? He dominated competition in the Ohio Valley, playing in Morehead State, but now he's in the SEC.
Performance against the Aggies. A good job by Akingbola to not only block that shot, but run the floor.
Walk-on Carter Sobera checks in for Auburn as Kuzma Goncharov. And by the way,
you mentioned, in 2009, he coached the Maccabi games, the U.S. team in the Open Division.
And the second number 7. So we have 3 double numbers.
Well, you play-by-play guys complain a lot.
Auburn in their first game over in Israel. This should be fun.